Why Emu have 19 devil fruit powers? We already know Emu has shown 4 different forms, but none of them seem to be the real one. That's because Emu isn't a fixed identity at all, more like a living vessel. Inside that vessel are 19 different forms, and 19 separate abilities. The theory suggests Emu has merged with the souls of 19 original rulers, excluding Nefertari Lily. Each soul carries its own unique power, all stored within one body. Look closely at the dark ring behind Emu, the one with those eerie eyes. They likely represent the 19 souls inside. From the front you can only see 12 eyes, but some are hidden behind Emu's body. 2 others are positioned near its arms, adding up to exactly 19. Each eye is tied to a physical form. That's how Emu can shift appearances and abilities at will, not just looks. Behavior, voice, and mannerisms all match perfectly. It's like becoming that person completely. That might explain why Emu in the Holy Land seems small, even gentle, someone who enjoys flowers and butterflies. But in the land of giants, the behavior changes entirely. The tone feels off, the way of speaking shifts, even the sense of identity becomes distant, almost like referring to themselves from the outside. These inconsistencies suggest something deeper. Emu may not be a single personality, but a collection of many. So if Emu really holds 19 different powers and identities, how could Luffy possibly defeat something like that?
Why Hawkeye a descendant of Emu? Ever since it was confirmed that Shanks has a twin brother, fans have started connecting more hidden identities across One Piece. And now, Dracula, Mihawk, and Emu are part of that discussion. In the latest chapter of the One Piece manga, Emu wields a long sword, piercing through Loki's chest. The motion feels very similar to a strike Mihawk used during the Paramount War against Luffy. Even their weapons appear visually alike. Then there's their eyes. Both characters are depicted with uniquely patterned pupils, a rare visual trait within the series. Mihawk's character setup has always felt mysterious. No clear homeland, no known family, no detailed past. He lives alone in a ruined castle, sitting high above like a lone ruler. That sense of isolation mirrors Emu's presence at the top of the world. Another key detail, Mihawk is closely connected to Shanks. The two are longtime rivals who often dueled in swordsmanship. Some theories suggest their connection may go deeper, possibly tied to encounters in the Holy Land, Mary Joie. It could imply. This also signifies that Hawkeye possesses a noble lineage as well. When you line it all up, similar fighting styles, similar visual traits, and overlapping connections. Given all these various indications, it is difficult not to conclude that Hawkeye is a descendant of Emu. So what do you think? If Mihawk's identity is tied to Emu, would he really choose to hunt down Luffy?
Why Robin might be connected to Emu? When Luffy was about to be killed by Kaido, he awakened his devil fruit. His body changed into the form of Nika, and then the drums began to beat. The drums of liberation echoed across Wano. Even the ancient elephant Zunisha heard it and made a declaration.
I can hear the drums of liberation. He is here. Joy Boy has returned!
At that moment, Luffy didn't just power up, it felt like history itself was repeating. Just like Joy Boy, Luffy stands at the center of a crew, a captain leading his people forward. And if you look closely, the parallels get deeper. In Luffy's crew, Nami represents intelligence and navigation, Frankie builds and protects the ship, Tony Chopper is the animal companion. Back in Joy Boy's time, he had similar roles, a mysterious figure with royal ties, a massive mechanical being, Emeth, like a ship guardian, and a loyal companion like Zunisha. Everything lines up, except for one detail, a shadow in the crew, a betrayer. That figure is believed to be Emu, someone who deceives Zunisha, gains control over ancient power, and ultimately betrayed Joy Boy. If history is truly repeating itself, then that role might exist again. And in the Straw Hat crew, only one person fits the profile, Nico Robin. She understands the Void Century, she can read poneglyphs, she carries knowledge no one else in the crew has. And more importantly, her past is filled with survival, secrets, and hard choices. So the question is, if the story really mirrors the past, would Robin ever become another Emu?
Why doesn't the world government punish Garp? Look closely, and you will realize Garp has done more than enough to become a target of the world government. He openly dislikes the world nobles, the Celestial Dragons. His son Dragon is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. His grandson Luffy is a newly crowned Emperor of the Sea, and he awakened the Nika fruit. When Garp was young, he even attacked Emu directly. During the God Valley incident, Garp used his devastating galaxy impact and punched the ruler of the world, Emu, while Emu was possessing Saint Saturn. This also explains why Saturn had that permanent scar on his face. It was caused by Garp. Any one of these actions should have been enough for the world government to take him down, but Garp still stayed in the Marines. Even former Fleet Admiral Kong kept trying to promote him, because Garp's value is far greater than the problems around him.
After God Valley, he became the hero of the Marines. That title is not just an honor, it is the symbol the world government uses to prove that marine justice still stands. If even the greatest marine hero gets punished, the damage to marine morale and the world government's image would be massive. And more importantly, Garp is not just living off his old reputation. The battle on Hachinosu already proved that even in old age, he is still a monster who can change the battlefield with one punch. So as long as Garp does not publicly reveal the truth of the Void Century, the world government can still tolerate him. So what do you think? Will someone from the Marines come to save Garp from Blackbeard?
Why did Saturn get killed by Emu? 200 years ago, when Emu first learned about the Iron Giant, she gave a direct order: destroy it immediately. But Saturn disobeyed. Instead of following orders, he secretly kept Emeth hidden and even allowed Vegapunk to study it. That decision was already a red flag. Later, Emu sent Saturn to Egghead Island. His mission was clear: eliminate Luffy, stop the return of the Nika Awakening, capture Vegapunk, and seize Punk Records along with the power source. No mistakes allowed. But everything went wrong. The Haki sealed by Joy Boy inside Emeth suddenly erupted. An overwhelming force, so powerful it knocked back every Elder, including Saturn himself. That one moment gave Luffy and his crew the chance they needed to escape. And far away in the Holy Land, Emu felt it. That Haki, it brought back a fear she hadn't felt in 800 years. The fear of Nika. Not only did Saturn fail the mission, he also proved something worse. In Emu's eyes, this wasn't just failure, it looked like betrayal. Because if Saturn were truly loyal, he never would have disobeyed her before. Never would have kept Emeth, never would have studied it in secret. So Emu made her move. She stripped away everything she had granted him: his immortality, his devil fruit power. In an instant, Saturn turned into nothing but a skeleton. Gone. So think about it. If even one of the 5 elders can be erased just like that, then who is Emu's next target?
Why is Enel the key to defeating Emu? When Samaz of the Gods Knights revealed his steel heart, fans finally understood the secret behind their near-immortal bodies. It may not come from a demon-like power given by Emu, it may come from the core technology of the ancient Moon civilization. On the surface of that steel heart, there is a strange pointer. It looks very similar to the devices used by the space pirates. The design pattern is almost the same. That is not just a random coincidence. It may be a clue that was planted long ago, because on the moon ruins that Enel discovered, the left side of the mural shows the ancestors of the Lunarians placing steel hearts inside small robots. And on the right side of the mural, there is an eye symbol that looks very similar to the pattern on Emu's hand. These details may prove one major theory. Emu could be a being connected to the moon, and Emu's power may come from moon technology from 900 years ago. When Emu took out Saint Saturn from far away, it may not have been pure magic. Emu may have used a control device to shut down the steel heart inside Saturn's body. That is why Saturn collapsed instantly and turned into bones. And the truth behind Emu's power may be known by only one person: Enel. He has seen the ancient technology left behind on the moon, so Enel may already hold Emu's greatest secret. If he returns to Earth and helps the Straw Hats, then Luffy may finally have a real way to defeat Emu. There is also one detail in the ancient giant mural that hints at Enel's return. The small ship on the right side releasing lightning looks just like his Arc Maxim. So do you think Enel will reveal this secret to the whole world?
Why is Luffy awakening Nika only the start of Emu's nightmare? Right now, we know Luffy ate the Sun God fruit, but before awakening, it looked like a normal Gum Gum fruit. Only after Luffy nearly died on Onigashima did he awaken the Sun God Nika form. But one god waking up was already enough to scare Emu, and Oda has revealed there are actually 5 gods. The god of earth, the god of forest, the god of rain, and the sun god were mentioned in Skypiea. The ancient sea god was recorded on the giant's mural. So who are the other 4 gods? First, the forest god may be Chopper, who ate a human fruit. The forest god represents cleansing life, freeing souls, and creating life. Chopper fits all of that. In the recent story, Chopper only touched a giant controlled by Domi Reversi, and the giant woke up. That looks like the power to cleanse life and free the soul. So if Chopper awakens, he may become the forest god who gives people life and hope. The god of rain should be Dragon. Every time he appears, heavy rain follows. That does not feel random. His devil fruit power may control the weather. Saint Killingham once said the celestial dragons fear the god of rain the most. That may be why they fear Dragon too, because rain may be the only force that can destroy Marie Joie. And Buggy may be the god of earth. His Chop Chop fruit fits that role perfectly. If Buggy awakens, he may be able to split and move continents or islands. He could even break the red line and connect the 4 seas. As for the sea god, all signs point to Davy Jones. Robin once said Davy Jones is still alive, but he was cursed by a devil and can only drift at sea forever. Right now, that devil may be Emu. And if Davy Jones holds a poneglyph, he could keep the world government from ever finding the final island. That may be his biggest revenge against Emu. So if Emu truly falls, maybe all 5 gods must stand together. So what do you think? Who else could become one of the other 4 gods?
Why Loki called the Cursed Prince. After the Straw Hats entered Elbaf, the land of giants, Prince Loki finally appeared. The giants told the Straw Hats that Loki was the prince who took his own father's life. But few people understand that his fate may have been sealed from the moment he was born. All of it could be part of Imu's trap. Loki is the rightful heir of Elbaf's royal family. He was born with the bloodline of the ancient giants. He should have been a respected and beloved prince. After Loki was born, Elbaf was hit by disaster after disaster. His mother died early. His people rejected him. Even his own family abandoned him in the lower world. From childhood, he was marked as the Cursed Prince. He could only live beside giant beasts and hide his pain behind rage. Imu had already set eyes on Loki's bloodline. Imu also wanted the giants' special fruit, the dragon fruit, mythical Zoan model, Nidhogg. From the shadows, Imu stirred up chaos and used dark control over Herald. The goal was to destroy Elbaf, but Loki stepped forward to stop it. In the end, Loki ate the fruit and used its power to defeat his controlled father. That saved the land of giants from destruction. But Imu's hidden agent inside Elbaf twisted the truth. They claimed Loki killed his father only to steal the fruit. So the giants joined forces with Shanks and locked Loki away. To protect his father's honor, Loki carried the blame alone. Even while imprisoned, he still protected his homeland. Loki is not just a feared prince. He is a tragic hero trapped by fate. So after Loki is freed, do you think he will become Luffy's greatest help in defeating Imu? Why didn't giants simply execute Loki? In the eyes of the giant people, Loki is the one responsible for King Harold's death. He is the prince who disgraced the royal bloodline. He is also known as the Cursed Prince. By that logic, he should have faced the harshest punishment. But in the end, the giants only locked him away in the underworld. That means Loki must carry two things. One is a value the giants do not dare to destroy. The other is a threat they cannot fully control. Loki has royal blood. He is also connected to the legend of the sun god and the inherited power of Elbaf. Inside him, there may be a force the giants still need. Removing him completely would mean destroying one of Elbaf's greatest hidden cards. At the same time, Loki is far too powerful. He has ancient giant blood, a god-level fruit, a legendary hammer, and top-tier hockey in all three forms. Even all the giants together could not fully stop him. In the end, they had to work with Shanks just to seal him away. This also explains why Loki called Shanks a coward. In Loki's eyes, Shanks stopped a war that Loki wanted to start. Shanks chose to seal him, wait, and keep the situation under control. But Loki saw that restraint as weakness. And that raises another question. Why did Shanks appear in Elbaf and get involved in the most dangerous royal crisis among the giants? His old connection to Elbaf may be much deeper than it looks, but his existence alone already proves one thing. Elbaf is hiding a massive variable that could change the balance of the new world. So after Loki is free, do you think he will seek revenge against Shanks?
Why did Loki fall for Lola? When Loki was born, he had snake-like eyes. His own mother saw him as a bad omen. Because she believed in a dark prophecy, she threw Loki into the underworld, a drop of over 30,000 feet, and nearly ended his life. From then on, Loki could only live around giant beasts. He used violence to hide the pain inside his heart. That broken family bond left a deep scar on Loki's mind. But Heidudin's mother, Ida, saved him. She did not reject Loki because of his strange appearance. Instead, she raised him like her own son. She gave him the only motherly love and warmth he had ever known. And Lola looked very similar to Ida. She did not have the stunning beauty of a giant like Gerd, but she had the same round lips, the same freckled face, and more importantly, the same simple, bright, and kind personality. Loki's strange eyes could read people's hearts, so the moment he saw Lola, he felt a familiar warmth that he had not felt in a long time. It was clean, direct, and real. Because Ida raised him, Loki believed that inner kindness was the real beauty. Compared with a perfect and beautiful giant who looked like Nami, Lola was the one person Loki truly wanted to reach for. That is why Loki took the first step and proposed to Lola. But Lola rejected him without hesitation and ran away from the marriage. She pushed away what looked like a perfect match. The ironic part is, after running away, Lola drifted across the sea and kept proposing to different people. After her 4,452nd proposal, she finally married Gotti, one of Beiji's men. So why do you think Lola rejected Loki's proposal?
Why was Loki defeated by Shanks? Prince Loki of Elbaf was born with the bloodline of the ancient giants. His body is said to be 3 times larger than a normal giant's. He also has top-tier hockey in all 3 forms. On top of that, he ate the giant's special fruit, the dragon fruit, mythical Zoan model, Nidhogg. He also carries the hammer Tla, a weapon that may have its own mythical Zoan power. His strength was far beyond many young legends. Even Imu seemed wary of him. But 6 years ago, Shanks still defeated him and locked him beneath the Atom Tree in Elbaf. In bloodline, size, and fruit power, Loki looks far above above Shanks. But Shanks won with only 3 things: ultimate hockey, top-tier swordsmanship, and the heart of a king who depends on nothing else. After losing his left arm while saving Luffy in Windmill Village, Shanks did not choose to rely on a devil fruit. Instead, he pushed his hockey to the highest level. His hockey can create real physical impact. It can even break through defense. He can also use observation killing, taking away an enemy's chance to see the future. When he faced Admiral Green Bull, his Conqueror's hockey was so strong that it seemed to suppress the enemy's will to use his power. Shanks' swordsmanship is just as terrifying. With one divine departure, he took down Kid, a pirate with a 3 billion berry bounty. The stronger Loki looks, the deeper Shanks' power feels. He has no devil fruit, he has no giant bloodline, but with hockey and swordsmanship alone, he still stands at the top of the world. So if Luffy wants to surpass Shanks, will he rely on the Nika fruit or on an even higher level of hockey?
Why Kaido called strongest creature, not Loki? The latest One Piece chapter showed Loki's power, and it looked almost world-class. So why does the title of strongest creature on land, sea, and air belong to Kaido instead of him? Loki has top-level burst power and attack strength. He also has high-level hockey in all 3 forms, plus 2 mythical zone powers. Even Shanks had to work with the giants of Elbaf to barely hold him down. From these points alone, calling Loki's battle power one of the best in the world does not feel exaggerated. But Loki has one major weakness. Like Garp, he seems to have terrifying attack power, but his defense and recovery are not on the same level. Shamrock and Gunko from the Gods Knights were able to hurt him badly in only a few moves. Later, when he faced Luffy, one punch from Luffy was enough to knock him down. That comparison makes Kaido's title much easier to understand. Kaido is called the strongest creature for a reason. He has almost no clear weakness. Defense, attack, speed, and hockey. He is strong in every area. The official image of Kaido has always been the strongest fighter in a one-on-one battle. That is why during the Onigashima War, Luffy and the others had to wear him down through round after round of fighting. Even after all that, Luffy still needed to awaken Gear 5 before he could barely win. That is the real reason Kaido earned the title of strongest creature on land, sea, and air. So do you think the power Loki has shown so far is still hiding something even deeper?
Why could Loki join the Straw Hats? In the latest update, Loki, the Prince of Elbaf, has finally appeared, and there is a strong chance he could become the Straw Hats' 10th main member. If Loki joins, the crew's power would jump to another level. Many fans may not know that when Loki was young, he once mistook rocks for the legendary sun god Nika. Because of that, he wanted to join the Rocks Pirates. But Loki does not know yet that Luffy is the Nika of this era. He is also the one who carries Joy Boy's will. Once Loki learns the truth, Luffy may not even need to invite him. Loki could choose to join on his own. His strength is far beyond what many fans expected. He has the Dragon Fruit, mythical zone model, Nidhogg. Even Emu, the ruler behind the world, seems wary of him. His weapon, Ragnir, also appears to carry a mythical zone power. With 2 mythical zone forces, Loki may be strong enough to stand near Nika Luffy's level. 6 years ago, Loki already had a 2.6 billion berry bounty. That means he was already near Emperor level strength. Even Shanks had to work with the giants to barely hold him down. Loki also fills a role the Straw Hats have always lacked, a lookout. As a giant, his size and vision make him perfect for that job. It would also prepare the crew for the final war. Loki's arrival is not just a meeting by chance. It feels like fate, and it may become one of the keys to Luffy becoming king of the pirates. So who do you think the Straw Hats will face in the final battle?